A New Vision for Eurasia, Exploring a New Paradigm, Euro-Siberia as Precursor to the Golden Age of 4PT. Introducing a New Paradigm for Eurasia, Euro-Siberia. The fourth political theory is based on the idea of a multipolar world that is enabled by the rise of Eurasia. Eurasia is the phoenix that rises from the ashes of a decadent postmodernism after which 4PT can emerge, and authentic will, in essence Dasein, may find expression. According to traditional Neo-Eurasian circles, Eurasia is placed in the Caucasus, or Central Asia, connecting Russia to her Eurasian ethnos, while Europe is considered as its own distinct civilizational pole. Russia is at the crux of Eurasia, yet Russia cannot exist without Europe, and vice versa. Traditional Eurasianism weakens Russia and India, while strengthening China, and a European ethnos faces possible extinction in a futuristic, transhuman dystopia once China gets the upper hand. An alternative paradigm to traditional Eurasianism exists. Russia joins with Europe as Euro-Siberia. Both Eurasian models, Russia is the nexus of Eurasia. However, only one model preserves a European ethnos. Eurasia as Euro-Siberia is Byzantium reborn. Old paradigms versus new. What is traditional Neo-Eurasianism? What's the difference between Neo-Eurasianism and the Euro-Siberian model? What does the Euro-Siberian model or paradigm entail? Is it time for a new paradigm? Can Europe and Russia survive without mutual consolidation as one political entity? Traditional Eurasianism considers Western Europe as its own civilizational pole, while Russia is viewed as a hybrid between East and West, with stress on the Eastern or Asian influence. Traditional Eurasianism focuses on the Caucasus region as the Russian sphere of cultural and historical influence, and it abandons Western Europe altogether. This Euro-Siberian model consolidates Russia with Europe and enables the preservation of a European ethnos, namely, Euro-Siberia will be the return of Byzantium after the fall of Rome. Neither Russia nor Europe can survive without mutual cooperation and consolidation. Traditional Neo-Eurasian model does nothing to preserve a European ethnos and irrevocably separates Russia from her European heritage. The Golden Age, Neo-Byzantium awaits. New paradigm exists as the model for Eurasia. Russia is the only European power strong enough to confront Atlanticism and resurrect the European aesthetic lost through an inverted liberalism. If Russia continues down the path of traditional Neo-Eurasianism, which separates her from Europe, then Russia will not be able to preserve traditionalism, and the European mythos will ultimately be doomed. At the end of Kali Yuga, we're promised a golden age. The Euro-Siberian paradigm offers Russia a chance to augment itself as the savior of traditionalism in a futuristic transhuman dystopia. Dugin specifically states that Eurasia is an open frontier to be explored and not a set of axioms, dogmas, or principles. While Russia cannot be denied her Eurasian ethnos, Russia must never forget that she is Europe first and foremost. If Europe is left as its own civilizational space and separated from Eurasia, then the Cold War mentality of East versus West will persist, and both Europe and Russia will ultimately be weakened as separate geopolitical spaces. Russia and Europe must reconcile history and seize the day. Neo-Byzantine ethnos awaits, expressed as the mythos of Greeks and Romans. A new day is born when Eurasia becomes Euro-Siberia. No longer shall we say East nor West. Euro-Siberia is the vertical axis. The age of Kali Yuga will end and the golden age of Neo-Byzantium will manifest, the vertical axis of Euro-Siberia. When Kali Yuga ends, a golden age begins. Russia has an opportunity to end neoliberal hegemony and commence a golden age as prophesied at the end of Kali Yuga. Kali is time, and man is a being of time. The Neo-Eurasian model is not sufficient, as Europe cannot preserve tradition without Russia. Russia will be Byzantium resurrected from the ashes of a postmodern world once Atlanticism is disabled with the termination of NATO. Only then will Sophia, or wisdom, reign in the Golden Age as Byzantium reborn.